guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I want to talk about morning routines, what they are, how to create your own, and why they can be so powerful. So I totally realized that the whole discussion around morning routines has become somewhat fetishized. And why has that happened? Probably because morning routines are kind of fun and they work. Now, if you haven't heard of the concept of a morning routine, and I'd be very surprised if you haven't, then basically it is a sequence of events that you do upon waking. These activities do not include brushing your teeth, going to the bathroom, or having breakfast. A morning routine is a personally curated set of activities that you have designed in order to set yourself up for your ideal day. So why has this whole morning routine phrase become like a thing in the zeitgeist? Mostly because really successful famous people use them. I had a very established morning routine for quite a while, and while it was a little bit flexible, it would change day to day depending on what else was going on, but I stuck with it, at least until I didn't. In the last year, my morning routine changed quite a bit, and unfortunately it only had two settings: autopilot and response. When I wasn't coasting through my day mindlessly, I was just responding to whatever stimuli was coming at me or whatever else was going on around me. Now, the reason why the slogan about morning routines is set yourself up for your ideal day is because they are intentional. So rather than responding to external stimuli, you are instead choosing what activities are worthy of your time, and you're paying yourself first before you get into the day. You'll likely notice that most morning routine practices have some element of mindfulness. Now, naturally, your morning routine can be as long or as short as you want. Remember, this is a completely personalized, curated set of activities, and you're fully in charge of what you want to do and how long you want to do it for. So to give you an idea, here's a whole bunch of random activities that often appear in morning routines. So you can do meditation, breath work, you can walk the dog, go to an exercise class, journal, do morning pages. You can have a gratitude practice where you write down 3 things that you're grateful for in your life. You can read, you can have a very healthy breakfast, you could dry brush, you could stretch, or you could pull oracle cards if that's something you're into. You get the idea. Now, most morning routines seem to be made up of 3 to 5 of these types of activities. And most routines span anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. Now, for me personally, I had kind of forgotten how powerful morning routines can be until I stopped using them and then I started using them again. Now, the reason why I chose to bring morning routines back into my daily schedule is because I was starting to feel really frazzled and I was unorganized, and I felt like I just had no control over what was happening in my days. For a while, I was using the excuse that I couldn't create a morning routine because every day was kind of different and unpredictable, and that a morning routine just couldn't work in that space because they are fixed and rigid. Now, of course, a morning routine isn't fixed and rigid. That was just my own perception of it. You can make your morning routine whatever you want. There's no rules. There's no morning routine police who are going to come and knock on your door if you don't do it the right way. The thing is, it really was just an excuse, and I needed to give myself permission to have a flexible routine that is able to mold around any other activities that are happening in the morning. Now, I do have a basic structure for my morning routine, but it does change a little bit from day to day. So on days when I go to the gym, the morning routine looks a little bit different to days when I walk the dog or I've got an early morning class and things like that. So here's the basic structure of my morning routine. And remember, it is flexible. So when I first wake up in the morning, I try to become aware of the fact that I am awake, and I spend a few minutes trying to recall any dreams. Once I get up, I scrape my tongue, and then I drink a large glass of water. Then I do my morning pages, and I usually meditate for about 10 minutes. And that's it. It seriously takes like 30 minutes. After that, I often take my dog for a walk, and that could be an extra 60 minutes. but I don't really count that as part of my morning routine. So the reason why I shared that with you is so you could see how short a morning routine could be, and yet I do quite a few nice mindful things for myself during that time, trying to recall my dreams, doing the morning pages, and then of course the meditation. So I mentioned how this routine is flexible, and the reason why I say that is I don't always go through these steps in perfect order of 1, 2, 3, 4. Often on mornings when, say, I have a gym class to go to, I might only do step 1 and 2, and then I go to the gym, and then I come home and do steps 3 and 4, because I'm not really willing to get up that little bit earlier before my class in order to do the whole routine. Now, at the top of this video, I made the comment that morning routines are powerful because they're intentional. And that's absolutely what happened for me when I reintroduced them back into my schedule. Rather than waking up first thing in the morning and surveying the house and seeing what has to get done, instead I was getting out of bed and I knew that I had to do these 4 activities. These 4 activities were also rejuvenating, and I was paying myself first before I got into the day. It also helps to eliminate the decision making that happens if you are looking around the house and seeing what has to get done, if you're reading your schedule and you're trying to look at what's coming for the rest of the day. Before you get into any of that stuff, you are instead slowly easing yourself into the day. It's kind of like a gentle way to wake up. Another reason why morning routines can be so powerful and useful is because they are a curated set of activities that you personally have selected. They're things that you want to do and that you're interested in doing. And by doing this, you're injecting a sense of mindfulness and of pleasure into your day at the front end of the day. Because let's be honest, whatever happens after 8 a.m. in the morning is often out of our control. Like, we can plan for our ideal day, but so often our days don't go according to plan and we have to adjust accordingly. And often this is because of email. The thing is, when you decide you're going to do something and then you actually go and do it, this is the best way to remind yourself that you're actually in control of your day and your life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a morning routine? Do you think morning routines are totally bogus? Whatever. Please leave a comment below. I'd also love to hear what your morning routine is if you have one. Now, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up to support my channel, and of course, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like even more writing advice, you can head to taraeast.com. I have over 100 blogs on the site, so have at it. While you're there, be sure to join my email newsletter, because when you do, I'll actually send you a downloadable cheat sheet called The 7 Ways to Stay Motivated as a Writer. It's a 1-page sheet. You can print it out, stick it on your fridge, stick it on the corkboard in your office, whatever you want to do. My crime novel, Every Time He Dies, is available everywhere and is currently holding 4.83 stars on Goodreads. Yes! You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all the usual places. Thank you so much for watching again, guys, and I'll see you again next week. Now go do some writing.